Okay, so I got a practice exam from online, and these are some of the problems that are on there. So I'm gonna do a couple of them. I don't know. Hopefully it'll help. Ugh. Hopefully it will help. The first one is this. Simple. 54 minus 6 plus 2. Actually, that's divided by 2 plus 6. So I already solved it over here. For this one, what you have to remember is the process of operation, order of operation, I mean. And my teacher, well, when I learned it, I learned a simple sentence that helps me remember it. And it's, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And the first letter of each word stands for an order of operation, and you have to solve it in this sequence. So please would be for you do whatever is in the parentheses first, then you do the exponents, M multiplication, D division, A addition, and S subtraction. And you always do it left to right. So whichever one of those comes first, left to right, that's what you do first. So this was the question, the problem. 54 minus 6 divided by 2 plus 6. So here we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents, we don't have any multiplication. What we do have, D, so D would be division. So we go left to right. Okay, so this is the division part. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So then I just rewrite it, 54 minus 3 plus 6. And we do it left to right. So whatever comes first. So here, this is how our problem's going to be. So addition would come next, but you have to do it left to right. So we would subtract first. 54 minus 3. Okay, that equals 51. Then I just brought down the 6. So 51 plus 6 equals 57. So the answer would be E, 57. This one right here. And I checked, and that's right. Okay, and then the next problem is this. So word problem. The lowest temperature on a winter morning was 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Later that same day, the temperature reached a high of 24 degrees Fahrenheit. By how many degrees Fahrenheit did the temperature increase? So it's just the difference in the temperature from -8 to 24. So you can do it like a problem like this. 24 plus -8 would be 32. Or I like pictures. So what I did was I drew a number line. So this is 0. So from -8 to 24 would be 32 degrees. So the difference between -8 and 24 is 32 degrees. Okay, that's answer is E32. And I checked that too, that's right. Okay, for this one, where's number 3? It's a fraction one. Personally, I hate fractions, but whatever. If 3/4 minus 2/3 plus 1/2 plus 1/3 is calculated and the answer reduced to simplest terms, what is the denominator of the resulting fraction? Okay, so first things first, you probably already know this. The top number is the numerator, the bottom number is the denominator. So they want to know at the end of the math problem what's the denominator. Okay, so to add and subtract fractions, when you add and subtract fractions, they have to have the same denominator. So you have to find the least common denominator, meaning what multiple of the number do they have in common? The lowest one. So let's see here. 3 and 4. What times 4 equals a number that 3 times another number also equals? So a number that they have in common would be 12. That would be the lowest, 12. So I have to make this number 12, and I have to make this number 12. But whatever number you multiply the bottom number by, you have to also multiply the top by. Okay? So going back to the order of operations, the first thing you have to do is whatever's in the parentheses. So before we can add anything here, we have to do what's in here and in here, and you start left to right. So let's do this one first because it's in the parentheses. So the number 3/4 and 2/4 have in common is 12. So you have to multiply this by 3/3 because we have to make them the same so we can add them. So 3 times 3 is 9, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So we got that to be 12. So now I have to get this one to be 12, the bottom number to be 12. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 2 is 8. So now we can subtract it because they have a common denominator. Okay, so that would be 1/12. 1/12. Okay, so for 1/2 and 1/3, the lowest common denominator is 6. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. And then we can add these now, so it'll be 5/6. Okay, so this would be our new problem, but I already solved it over here. So it'll be, let's see, 112 plus 5/6. But then again, remember, we can't add fractions that don't have the same common denominator. So we have to change this to be 12. Okay, so 6 times what is 12? Yeah, 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. But whatever we multiply the bottom number by, we have to also multiply the top number by. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 6 times 2 is 12. 1/12, because that's what we got from here, from doing this, plus 10/12 equals 11/12. So the answer would be 12. Your denominator at the end of the problem when you solve it is 12. And where is it? Where's that problem? See, it would be B, 12. And I checked that and it was right too. Okay, so this one you would do a little different because it has division and multiplication. But next video we get to that one.